Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm very excited for today's video. It is going to be update number 3 in the Partners in Cream project pan that was started by Steph and Dylan here on YouTube. Both of them will be linked down below. I think this is the 3rd or 4th year doing this project pan project. It is a really fun project pan where we focus on cream and liquid products. No powders allowed is truly the only rule. And historically, I feel like I've selected really difficult products to work on, and I kind of feel the same about this year, but I'm really excited for this update because it is a refresh update. At least I hope it's a refresh update, and even if it's not, I'm going to refresh my product or my project with just a couple of products, and I'm really excited about it. I'm also very excited about some of my progress on the other products. I'm truly excited about this update. So if you're interested in my progress, stay tuned. First, if you have yet to subscribe to my channel and you like project panning content or just chit-chatting about makeup, I'd love if you'd consider subscribing before moving on. And other than that, let's jump into the video. All right, you guys, my lips are very like chapped and irritated. I think it's because I've been using the REM lip oil. Like that lip oil just dries my lips out. So if my lips look crazy, I'm sorry. Let's start as we always do, in order that we roll these things in. And actually everything in this project has been in since the introduction. There are 2 products I'll be rolling out, and actually it is my fragrance that I'm rolling out as well as my nail polish. I have 2 non-makeup products in this project. Those are the 2, and I'm gonna roll them out so that I can keep those 2 products sort of seasonally relevant, you know? So let's talk about my fragrance first. I have never panned a fragrance before, and I rolled in the Pacifica Dream Moon fragrance at the beginning of this year because I just don't enjoy this fragrance that much. This definitely is a more dense fragrance in my opinion, and it's definitely more winter appropriate, or at least it gives me more winter scent, a more winter scent feeling. It has patchouli, sandalwood, and pink rose. I thought I would absolutely love this fragrance based on those notes, but there is just something about this that I don't like. I don't know what it is. I think it might be the pink rose. There's something about it that's just like sweet in a way I don't like. This weighed 141 grams when I rolled this in. It weighed 134 grams last update, and it does weigh 132 grams today. So you'll see, I mean, I have made steady progress throughout the last few months, and I've made an effort to use this up. I originally started out this project by saying I wanted to use this up in its entirety, and I'm just over halfway full. Like, this product's just over halfway full. I am thinking I will return to this in the fall winter in hopes that maybe this could still be an empty by the end of the year, but I feel like I primarily just wore this winter and neglected some of my other more favorite wintertime scents. And I've also just been binge watching Lauren May Beauty's fragrance channel, Lauren May's fragrance channel lately, and getting so inspired by scents and just kind of wanting to explore fragrance more. So I'm wanting to kind of give myself some space to use some fragrances that I am purchasing, as well as just something that's more seasonally relevant in my opinion. I will be rolling fragrance samples in at the end of this project to replace that perfume. And then the other product that I will be rolling out is my nail polish. So I tried to pan a nail polish last year. It was a Nails Inc nail polish. Was not successful at all, even though I made valiant effort. And this year I thought I would try and pan an Essie polish. This is one of my favorite Essie polishes in my collection. When I rolled this in, we were about here, so I had about 2/3 of this left, but I had a good dent in this to start with. This weighed 48 grams when I rolled this in, 45 grams last update, and does weigh 44 grams today. I've been having so much fun with press-on nails lately, and haven't been painting, haven't been giving myself manicures, and I don't want to spend the entire year only having one nail polish on my toes again this year. So I want to roll this out, and I'm going to roll in a different nail polish, and I think, at least for the time being, I may try and give myself 5 use goals on some of my polishes and then roll them out, and I think that's what I'm going to try and do. I think I could still finish this polish, maybe not this year, but pretty close thereafter. This is a polish that I truly do love and can reach for this naturally without this being in a project. So I'm sorry if you wanted me to like fully dedicate to a polish until it was complete, but I'm needing a little bit of a break. I want to paint my toenails something, because my nails ink polish that I painted last year was very similar in shade to this, and I'm just needing something different for the toes right now. Next up, we have my ColourPop Super Shock Shadow. This was from the Halo Top collaboration many years ago. This is in the shade By the Pound. This is how she is looking. This is something I worked on all last year in this project and carried this over. I will be excited to look at the progress photos because I have reached this quite a bit this past, honestly, like even last 2 weeks. I'm like, I feel like I've reached this a lot. So I'll be very curious to see what the progress is like, but this is still, we're still chugging along on this. My goal is to finish this off. If that happens, this will be the first ColourPop Super Shock Shadow I have finished off to completion. I'm wondering, like, can I get away with this as like a shoulder highlight? I already have a bit of highlight. Yeah, I could do that. Maybe I could, just to try and get like a little bit more use out of it from time to time. It's a little bit glittery, but I don't really mind that. Okay, well, slow and steady wins the race. We are still working on this one. Weighed 13 grams when I rolled this into this project. Still is 13 grams. That will remain in the project. A product I think could be an empty next update, for sure 2 updates, if not next update, is this Buxom lip gloss in the shade Amy. I love this gloss. It is like such a beautiful shade. I feel like my teeth look whiter when I wear this. I feel like my lips look more plump, and I have loved every moment of panning this. So when I rolled this in, this was all the way at the top right here. I did remove the stopper this past update, and we are about right here. So looking at my previous line markings, it's gonna be really close. Like, we may have, because I feel like I've used about the same amount of product each update. It might be done next update, or it might just have like the smallest amount left to use. But I do really want to focus on this, just knowing I could easily finish this up by the next update and have another lip gloss empty. This is my last Buxom gloss left in my collection, and this kind of makes me want to pick up another Buxom gloss. Like, am I crazy? Yes, because I love Lawless Forget the Filler, but there's something about this shade that I just absolutely adore. So I'm still working on that. That did weigh 21 grams when I rolled it in, 21 grams last update, but we did see weight change from last update to this update as well, which is really exciting, and it does weigh 20 grams today. I did take the stopper out though, so that could be part of it. Next up, I'm also very excited about the progress on this product, and I've started to use this in a different way, which is why I've seen such a significant jump in progress. This is my Iconic London Liquid Bronzer. When I rolled this in, this had quite a bit of product left. It was all the way up here. Either the first update or last update, it was here. There was one update where I really couldn't make a new line marking because I hadn't used much at all. But now we are right here. And this weighed 15 grams when I rolled this in, 14 grams last update, and it does weigh 12 grams today, which I'm so excited about. And the way that I've started to use this is as an all over face bronzer. So I used to primarily use this just typically as I would a liquid or cream bronzer, but for the longest time I couldn't get my hands on the Drunk Elephant Deep Bronzy drops. They were literally sold out everywhere, including the Drunk Elephant website. And so I'd kind of been on the hunt for a product similar to that that could help me match my face to my body when I wasn't wearing foundation and I was self-tanning, and that is how I've started to use this. So I will literally mix this with a tinted moisturizer. I've been mixing it a lot with my RMS primer that I'm trying to pan in my deck of panning project pan, I believe, and the two of them mix beautifully together to create this really beautiful bronzy glow that just helps to match my face, my very, very, very pale face, to my body when I have a bit of a self-tan. So that's why you're seeing such a jump. I think this will still take me a couple more months of use. I did finally get the Drunk Elephant. I finally replaced my Drunk Elephant Debronzy drops, but I do kind of want to finish this off before dipping into those. This also is lighter and a little bit less pigmented than the Drunk Elephant drops. So I want to finish this off hopefully before we get into like summer. Like, this is a very good spring bronze for me, but summer I think I'll be needing a little bit more, therefore needing to crack into my Deep Bronzy drop. So hopefully I can have this as an empty. I have I'm focused on trying to for sure have a powder bronzer empty by the end of this year, but I would love to have at least 2 powder bronzers in this year's empties because I have not been on my game in finishing up bronzers the last few years, and it would be amazing. Like, it would feel so good to have a bronzer empty to share with you guys. And then the final product to update you on before we roll in our new products is this lip liner from Kylie Cosmetics. This is in the shade Malibu. I will post my photo of the line marking movement over here. This weighed 6 grams when I rolled this in. It still weighs 6 grams today. There's been a little bit of line movement. I would say I probably reached for this 5 times since the last update, maybe sharpened it 1 time. First of all, I struggle to get myself to use lip liner at all. And I just feel like this isn't necessarily the shade I've been looking for. I thought about rolling this out and replacing it with something else, but I do feel like this summer I want to do like fun colors on my lips, as I've mentioned many times, but I also kind of want to go for like the 90s lip vibe too from time to time and just like have fun doing something not just my typical norm. Like, I want to have fun experimenting. I have my windows open, so I apologize for the noise. I want to have fun just experimenting with things that I just don't do every single day. So I want to keep this around, trying to do like a pouty, grungy 90s lip look, maybe get super into that. But I gave myself a goal of finishing this by the end of the year. It's one of my older lip liners in my collection. We'll see. Well, I'm not feeling too confident in that. All right, that brings me to the 2 products that I'll be rolling in. Let's start with the nail polish. I'm gonna be rolling in this really vibrant, fun pink nail polish from LA Girl. This is their Gel Extreme Shine Gel-like polish in the shade Eden, and it is this very bright pink. I loved this. I wanna say I purchased this, I don't think it was last year, I think it was 2021, I could be wrong. And I absolutely loved how just bright, fun, and vibrant this was. And as I keep saying, it's just these bright pops of color I'm always into, but exceptionally into this year, and I just cannot wait to reach for this. I'm gonna give myself a 5-use goal on this, and that could be manicure or pedicure. After I finish that, I have a bright lime green that I will eventually roll in, probably more maybe like July-ish, but I'm just so excited to reach for this. I feel really good actually about swapping these 2 out because this has gotten a lot of use out of me already this year, and I'm not necessarily in a race to finish this because I do really enjoy that polish, and I can't wait to just bust out some vibrant pink to wear for sure on my toes, potentially on my fingers as well. But I'm literally having so much fun with press-ons, although I will say, I don't know if I'm just like really rough, but my press-ons always only last me like 4 or 5 days. It's fine. And then I thought it would be fun, so I have so many fragrance samples, literally so many. 2 weekends ago, my daughter and I literally brought out my entire bag of fragrance samples, and we were like spraying it, and I would smell it, and then she would smell it, and she would tell me if she thought I should keep it. It was so much fun. But I have so many fragrance samples, and I don't necessarily want to have this large sample collection in my collection, so would love to get use and finish some of these off just to move them out, and then focus on my fragrance collection and growing and expanding it as I continue to binge watch Lauren May fragrance. So I have 5 fragrance samples that give me spring, summer kind of scent vibes, and I want to finish them off. I'm thinking if I finish one, I'll roll a new one in each update. I weighed these all 4 together for the weight, or all 5 together for the weight. And I'll just keep rotating and trying to finish these off. There's a couple of these that are already like over half done, so I really think I could get through some of these pretty quickly. Let me tell you what I have here. I have Nest Golden Nectar, which I actually really enjoyed. I sprayed that on myself the other night, and I was like, ooh, I really like it. I feel like that's a scent I could like spray on after a shower and like wear to bed. Like, it smelled so good. I have 2 from Skylar Beauty. I have Capri Summer, which I'm not sure if I remember how that one smells. Scents. And then I have Salt Air, which I really enjoy. This does just smell like an ocean breeze. This one's already halfway done. This one I think will definitely be done by the next update. I have Dirty Coconut by, is it Heretic? This is not my favorite. I don't really like the Heretic fragrances. I have Dirty Lemon, which I do not like the scent of, but I've been spraying my couch with that scent because I feel it gives me like this like earthy, kind of like snow's melting spring sort of feeling, so I've been spraying my couch with it, which doesn't make sense if I don't like the scent, but for some reason it works on my couch. And then finally, this one is over halfway done as well. This is just Daisy by Marc Jacobs. This was like my go-to scent in high school, and I'm so happy to be pulling this back out and getting more use out of it again. This will probably almost certainly be an empty next update as well, but I thought it'd be fun to just use this to kind of rotate through my fragrance samples and try and use up a bunch of fragrance samples. So let me know your favorite spring summer fragrances in the comments down below. I would love to hear from you guys as I start to explore fragrance more often. But that is going to wrap it up for today's update. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to watch today's video and for supporting my channel as you guys always do. I love you so much, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.